Hey guys, Sarah here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing a giant makeup declutter. So if you're interested in that, keep watching. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss any of my future videos. All right, let's get into it. I decided that it was finally time to clean out my makeup of everything that I don't use. I have such a big collection and I just have not been getting the wear out of it to keep it around. I used to love to collect makeup, and more recently I just want to declutter my entire life, and so it only felt right to go through all of my beauty products. So today I'm getting rid of about, it was like 65 to 70% of my beauty products, makeup, skincare, and hair care. So we're doing a massive overhaul of this area in my room. I just feel so good about it, and yeah, I'm trying to only buy things that I know that I want to use and just have less stuff around and just feel less cluttered. So let's get into everything that I got rid of. This is my starting point. I have two sets of Alex drawers that every single drawer is full. I'm going to show you what the drawers look like, but the goal is to get all of this stuff to fit into one set of drawers. This is primers and moisturizers, hair stuff, skincare, random stuff, and unopened backups. Over here, this is all of my everyday makeup, powder products, eyeshadow palettes, foundations, and random unopened backups. I'm not going to go through every single product and the reason why I'm keeping or getting rid of it. I'm just going to maybe hit highlights of some of them, but if I haven't used it in a year, it's definitely being decluttered. But
we came to watch the show live.
oh, welcome.
We're the studio audience.
For primers, I got rid of the majority of them. I haven't been using primer every day now that I'm trying to get my makeup done as quick as humanly possible. So this is what I'm keeping out of those. I didn't have a ton of hair stuff to begin with though, so I did get rid of some of it, but I really only keep the stuff that I use. This skincare drawer does have a couple of hair products in there, so I'm going to get rid of these because I don't use them. I recently went through my Vanity, which I can link that video in the cards for you, but I did get rid of the majority of my masks, and what I kept I did throw in this drawer. So I will have to reorganize those, but I am going to keep all of the masks that I ended up keeping after I decluttered. This is just such a random drawer. I think that these two fragrances, they're the only two fragrances I have. I think they'll go and sit on top of my Vanity. This body oil I'm going to start to use and try and see if it'll help me with my stretch marks. This I used my entire pregnancy and absolutely loved it. This was, I think, the third tube that I went through, so I would definitely recommend this. I will link it below. But I am almost out of this one, so I think I'm going to get rid of it because I don't really have a use for it anymore. This drawer and then the bottom drawer on the other side, I think I'm just going to take everything out of here and then reevaluate it on the floor instead of trying to do it in this drawer. This is my everyday makeup drawer and I use every single thing in here, so I don't even really need to go through it. This section is powders, blushes, bronzers, and highlights. For blush, I'm going to keep this Charlotte Tilbury in Ecstasy, the Tarte in Exposed, Laura Mercier in Chai. The bronzers I'm keeping are the Film Star Bronze and Glow from Charlotte Tilbury, the Becca bronzer in Capri Coast, and then the Marc Jacobs bronzer. I'm going to finish this up and then I'll get rid of it. For highlight, I'm keeping the Burberry, the Tarte highlight in Stunner. This is just a little travel one, but you honestly don't need a lot. The Becca in Champagne Pop, which this is one of the two products that Smashbox took over for them, so this one is still available. The Hourglass in Champagne Flash, which this is my all-time favorite highlight. This is one of the drawers that I think I will be getting rid of the vast majority of stuff in. I use these 3 palettes all the time, so I will be keeping those. I have had this palette for so long and I just do not use it. I just need to get rid of it finally. I think this came in like a BoxyCharm or something, but I don't use this. The Tarte Hamptons Weekender palette, I love this, but obviously the shade that I like the most is the bronzer, which I've hit major pan on. And I don't use the other 2 shades separately, so I think it's time to let it go. I'm going to keep this Becca blush palette because I love both of these shades and I get a lot of use out of them. The Urban Decay Aphrodisiac palette, this is a really good travel palette, so I'm going to keep it for now. This Natasha Denona, I'm going to keep it for now just to see if I use it after I get rid of all of this other fluff. I'm getting rid of this. I love this palette so much, so I'm definitely going to keep this as like my fun palette. It has everything that I would ever need in it, and I think it's just so versatile. This is another BoxyCharm palette I'm going to get rid of. I've never used this palette, but I'm going to get rid of it. This is another palette I have not used, but I don't think that I would use it because all of these are glitter shades, so they don't really have anything to build up. These 2 shades are really pretty, but it's not enough to keep the whole palette. The Tarte Lit and Bloom is so pretty, but I don't use it. So I think this is a maybe. This Natasha Denona I'm going to keep because these colors are just so up my alley. The Cheekathon, I've had this for way too long. I'm going to get rid of it. Same with this Tarte blush palette. This is a Buxom palette that I've obviously never used. It's still in its outer packaging, but based on this, I don't think that I would use it, so I'm going to donate it. The Too Faced Peanut Butter palette, I just love this palette. I don't know why, but I'm going to keep it for now. These are all of my Naked palettes. The Naked Honey is maybe my favorite Naked palette. And there's the Cherry, the Naked Reloaded. I'm definitely getting rid of the Naked 3. I think I'm going to keep the other 3 for now and see now that they won't be hidden in the back of my drawer if I use them. I don't think I've used any of these Alter Ego palettes and they're really pretty. I just haven't used them and I don't know that I would use them, so I think it's time to pass them on. They are dupes for a lot of Natasha Denona palettes. These are essentially the same palette. So I definitely don't need both of them. This has some products that I've never used back here, so I'll go through those as well. But first, let's go through these. This is a backup and this is a backup, so I'm going to put those in on the floor where I'm going to go through all of my unopened stuff. These are the foundations that I use all the time, so I will definitely be keeping these. I also use my IT Cosmetics all the time. I'm going to keep these 2 products because I'm hoping that they will work for me once I fix my skin and I don't have as many dark spots. I would get away with just a tinted moisturizer, so I'm going to keep those for now. Get rid of this and that. I have 3 shades of this foundation, but it really does depend on my skin tone, but I think I'm going to get rid of the lightest one because I'm basically at my fairest right now and my regular 2N1 works the best for me right now. Palettes like this, I love the neutral colors, but I will never get use out of these 5 colors, so it just doesn't make sense to keep the palette. Especially when I know somebody else will get a ton of use out of it, it just feels wasteful. This is the mountain of stuff I'm going to go through. I'm going to put stuff I'm keeping over on my side here and the stuff that I'm donating over here. I'm going to try to just speed through this as quickly as possible. I'm trying to swatch all of the lip shades just so I can make an informed decision before I just trash all of them. But this is the only Buxom that I'm keeping. This formula is so nice. That color is just like the perfect nude. As you can see, I have a bit of a buxom problem, so I'm going to try to get rid of some of these because I clearly do not need this many, but this is by far the best lip gloss formula that I have ever tried. I just swatched all of the buxom colors except for this because this is glittery and I know I won't use it and I have never opened it, so I can still donate this one, so I'm not going to open it. But these are the shades. I obviously don't need all of these, so I'm just going to go through and choose the ones that I want to keep. My very favorite color is this, which is Blushing Margarita. It's this shade right here. It goes with every single lip color, so I will definitely be keeping this. This is White Russian, which is the last one. It's like the cult classic color, so I will keep this. And I thought this one was really fun for summertime in Melon Mimosa. Out of that whole container, this doesn't feel bad at all. Here is a look at everything I'm getting rid of. There are over 200 products, which is absolutely insane. Tons of makeup, skincare, hair care, all of it. So I just need to go through and separate stuff between what has been used and what hasn't so that I know what I can give away and what I can't. Out of that giant pile, here is what I'm keeping. It is more than I thought that I would, but a lot of it is just backups of products that I absolutely love, so there's no use in getting rid of them. I'm thinking that these top two drawers are going to be my everyday products. So my everyday makeup and then my everyday hair stuff, contacts, all of that. So I'm just going to put everything that I use on a daily basis in these top two drawers and then I will organize it afterwards. I didn't think there were going to be any other products that I decluttered from my everyday makeup drawer, but there are actually quite a few. So I'm just going to get rid of these two mascaras and then this brow gel. But the other eyeliners and stuff are going to stay. This drawer I'm hoping will fit the rest of my makeup. Every category, all in this drawer. I'm going to get rid of these. After going through everything, I don't need them. Like, this feels like way, way, way too many palettes. So I think I need to pare this down even more. But I'm not really sure what I want to get rid of yet. So I'm going to put everything else away and then come back to it. As I'm going through all of my lipsticks to put some stuff back in here, I just feel like I had a little too many, so I swatched them, and I'm going to get rid of these two, which is this one and this one. Those are the only lipsticks I think that I'll have, and then I've got glosses and liners. I also decided to get rid of 3 more glosses. These 3 I'm getting rid of, so these 3 will be the only ones that I have. So 2 Buxom and 1 Bare Minerals. And I'm getting rid of these. And I'm getting rid of this liner. I'm trying really hard to be cutthroat. So this liner's almost gone. Otherwise, I would get rid of a different one. But I'll have 2 and then this one for just a little bit longer. I can't believe that I am saying this. All of my makeup that's not in the everyday drawer fits in here. I did not think I'd ever see the day. I'm really, really proud of that. So in here, I've got powders and bronzers, blushes, highlights. These are all complexion products: foundations, CC creams, tinted moisturizers, concealer, brow products, and cream shadows, eyeliners, and then all of my lip products. The only thing not in there is my palettes, but that's okay. I can find another spot for those. This I definitely need to reevaluate. This is too many palettes. I don't wear eyeshadow every day. Some of these are face palettes. These 2 are face palettes, which I do use often. I use this often, and I use this often enough to keep it. Okay, I think I've got to get rid of at least one of these Naked palettes. I think this one has to go. I think this one is gonna go. These, when I look at them, this is more pleasing to me, but these colors just look better on my eyes. I really love the neutral browns and beiges. These golds in the middle are not necessarily up my alley, but everything else really works for my eyes. And I like those better than the pinky shades. So I'm going to keep this one. That still feels like a lot, but I can reevaluate it in a month or two. This is the desk from my office. So instead of having the tabletop with the 2 drawer units, I'm just going to do the 1 drawer unit and then have these 2 top drawers that I can put whatever in, and the other drawer unit moved into my office so that SB can use it when we move in there. Here is the finished result. So I have my old desk and then the Alex drawers next to it. In these 2 drawers, I have, this is all of my everyday makeup, and then just some essentials that I use every day. And then back here is all of my eyeshadow palettes. This drawer has all of my skincare. These are moisturizers and primers, all of my skincare, my beauty tools, and then some pads and makeup removers. In this, I have my 2 fragrances on top, and then under here, this is the rest of my makeup, which is crazy that all of my makeup fits in here. I never thought that that would be the case. This top drawer just has my contacts, lens wipes, some hair ties, and then back here, that's all of my masks. This drawer is empty, which is crazy. Next, we have my hair tools and hair products. This drawer has just a couple of random things, like all of my tanning stuff, and then this is like a jewelry cleaner and a body oil, and then this is all unopened makeup backups. And this last drawer is all skincare and body backups. And here is the box of everything that I am getting rid of. I still need to go through and pick out the stuff that's new versus the stuff that's already been used. Alrighty guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.